Alright, look at that. Okay, this is the first time I'm ever doing something like this. This is a recording for myself so I can gather my thoughts over everything that just happened last night. And with regards to me going to FC, me and this guy that I was into, I want to just have this as a story to my older self, or just for anyone for later, just so I could at least get this out of my chest, I guess. So at MFF 2019, I attended a convention, and met this guy named Fusker. And he was great, so cute, so beautiful, such a cute fursuiter, very nice. I got a couple pictures with the guy. I complimented it on his skirt. My roommate Fluffy was like, yeah, he's so cute. So fast forward a couple days, right? We're just doing MFF stuff. I'm with my friends. I think I posted this picture to Twitter and stuff. So yeah, the guy's name was Fusker. Now this is not a call-out post. This is more for personal feelings and personal issues that I had. And red flags started coming up in my head that I was being used, not abused, but close to it, right? I feel like, obviously, I made mistakes. I was naive about it, and I was blinded by the fact that I loved this guy's fursuit, and he all of a sudden, out of the blue, messages me. He goes, oh my gosh, do you want to meet up? Like, I saw your post that you liked me. That's really great. I'd really like to meet you more. I was ecstatic. I was jumping up and down like, ooh, yeah, let's go. I went to my friend. I was like, oh my God, the guy that I really was into, messaged me. So let's fast forward to Saturday night. Now, this is Saturday night at the con, pretty much last night of the con. Sunday night. So, actual last night of the con. I didn't really get to meet the guy until the last day. He's like, do you want to meet? I was like, I'm so tired from partying before. I don't even think I can walk. Let me come over. And so I met him in person. And he got to see who I was. He got to get the first interview in of me, right? And so the whole time, this guy seems like he's getting more and more into me. And so fast forward, he invites me back to his room. He says he wants to hold my hand and show me off to all of his friends. Of course, we're wearing fursuits together. And that's when I start getting, the tea. He pulls me aside in his room and he's like, oh, a lot of my friends, they say that they don't like you. And of course, I'm Kenny, so there's a lot of people that don't like me. And I'm sorry. I can be a bitch sometimes. I do apologize for sometimes my behavior. But, so back to the story. Okay, so now I need to put the 3 things that he did that really fucked with me. Fucked with me in the head. So, after we were done hooking up, I was so infatuated with him. I was so nervous, too. So, I was very, very drunk. I want to say I was high, too, and I was starting to fall asleep, but I really wanted to get one more picture. So I was like, can we get one picture? And so I started passing out. This dude, is like, oh my God, actually, this is before I started passing out. When I started passing out, the dude's like, you gotta go. And this is after he offered me to sleep over. He was like, you should sleep over. Before all of this, too, I should rewind. So in the sex that we had, which I did everything for him. I let him go as hard as he wanted on me. I let him do whatever he wanted to me. Whichever position he wanted me to get into, I did it. Whichever kind of way he wanted to be pleasured, I did that. Honestly, I was kind of proud of myself. I want to say I didn't thoroughly enjoy it. Nothing he did make me feel uncomfortable, but this was just the thing. This is the real kicker. I felt so led on by this guy, right? He was just making promises to room spots that did not exist. He was like, you should room with my friends. You should be room with my friends. I don't want to name the names, but she's like, you should room with the people I'm rooming with, Oh, they'll totally love you. Oh, they'll eat you up. Yeah, they'll love you. All this stuff. And I'm like, I don't know, man, that's far. And finally, of course, right after, I'm like, you know what? yes, I'm going to try and go. I'm going to really try and go. Fast forward to him kind of throwing me out of the room. He finds out that one of his roommates doesn't really like me as much because of something I said online. But the guy basically made me leave when I could barely stand. I was passing out. I mean, obviously, it's not my room, you know. I've had to make people leave my room before, too. So that part doesn't bother me. But what does bother me was that he offered for having me to sleep. And I started noticing things about this guy that were kind of off to me. He spilled a drink on his fursuit and freaked out, but got upset at his friend because his friend was holding a drink, but he was the one who slipped. Like, he knocked his own friend's drink out of his hand, and I want to say, like, 2 drops. I'm not even joking. Like, 2 drops got on his fursuit. He literally cleaned his suit for, like, 2 hours. I sat there, like, I was like, should I go? Should I go back down to the lobby? He's like, no, wait, no, I want this to be perfect. I want this to be perfect. So the OCD, I was starting to notice the OCD in this guy a little bit. And I don't want to flag that, but I'm starting to, like, realize that, like, you know, there's more to this guy than first impressions really meet. Gosh, I'm already at 6 minutes. So let's fast forward after the con. So I leave the hotel, go back to my room, make it barely, and I get a Telegram message from him being, oh yeah, that spot that I told you about, I already asked my other friend if he could go. I hope you're understanding. Of course I hadn't bought my flights or anything wasn't locked in. BLFC was the harder one, so it almost kind of worked out. I was like, okay. But of course I was a little taken back. So I don't respond to this guy, right? I'm like, okay, like, I'm just going to chill, live my life, go back to my reality, go back to my home, go back to NOLA. Okay, so where are we? So now I'm back home, and now this dude proceeds to message me, Arf, oh, hey, cutie, oh, hey, sexy, oh, I miss you so much, I'm so lonely here in California, I'm so by myself, and then here's my music, I'm a DJ, I DJ at the cons, you know, I really want you to come and see me, or I would do things to you, and then this dude calls me on Telegram. I'm at work like, wait a second, what? So I was like, okay, let me finish my shift, let me get off work, I'll give you a call, we can talk. You know, I was like, oh my gosh, this guy, I guess feels bad for kind of throwing me out of his, you know, throwing me out at night after, like, you know, basically he was like, huh, sex, alright, you're done. So, after, I guess, I want to say he almost felt a little guilty about what he did to me, which wasn't, again, he didn't do anything illegal. I am of age, you know, I'm in control of my say, but just to know that these kids, like, there are furries that will just go and have sex with somebody, tell them they really, really like you, get you really hyped up, and then move on to the next person, and do the same thing. So, after the con, he starts, again, leading me on, like, telling me he likes me, trying to get me to talk to him. So, finally, I call this dude. We talked for, like, 7 hours, man. Or, not 7 hours. It felt like 7 hours. And literally the entire phone call is him he wants to get to the bottom of a Twitter comment that I made about staffing at a con. Who cares about staffing a convention anyway? I'm sorry. I already apologized for my comment. I know there's people that don't like me for it. So this guy, of course, is just interviewing me. Now I find, like, this is weird. I'm in a friendship interview. Like, what do I say to this guy? Like, what is this? What do I have to do to, like, make this guy like me? Because now it's like, again, I'm starting to question, like, in my head, like, what is this guy's intentions? Like, does he actually want to see me, or does he just, like, feel bad for me? So I try my best to not talk as much, keep my things minimal, except for that phone call, which made me feel a lot better, because it made me really feel like he liked me. You know, he talked to me for, like, hours, gave me stories, and all this stuff. It felt like he really wanted to see the full vulnerable Kenny, and I don't like showing vulnerability. Hell, when I go to cons and stuff, sometimes I'll try to toughen myself up, and I put these walls up. So I broke down every wall, it felt like, so quickly. And I have a very specific friend group for a reason. I have my boyfriend and my friend Skip. I love them to death. They take care of me. They take care of me so well. They treat me like family. They treat me like I'm, one of their own. And I let my walls down for this guy so freaking fast. Like, I got so infatuated. So I definitely need to, snap back. So finally, I message this guy and I go, hey, I don't think I can make this con, FC. Which, by the way, while we were talking, he convinced me to go to this convention. He legitimately convinced me that if I went to FC, he would spend legitimate time with me, try to hook up with me again, or we'd hook up consensually. Like, I'm in an open relationship with my boyfriend. I told him about this guy. And I never trust people, but I did trust this guy. I don't know what it is. I don't know. It was this smooth talking. Maybe it was because he was a talented artist. I mean, I was very, very inspired by him. But, girl, I feel so fucking, stupid and, led on by this guy. So I already got my flight. I'm coming to FC. I actually told him that I wasn't because I was curious what his response would be. You know what his response was? Nothing. It was no response for a week. And I don't care if you don't respond to me. I really don't. But just to see what he would say, if anything, because the whole time was him trying to get me to go to this con. Finally, I told him I don't know if I can make it. And got nothing. So, I pretty much, I don't want to say lost it, but every little, feel kind of crushed a little bit. That this guy, spammed my messages, made himself seem really interested in me, then finding out who I was, finding out that I was Kenny and that I had some controversy behind my name, and then practically his going 180 on me, and then going back to 180 the other way, and then back to 180 the other way. So, oh man, I think the moral of the story is try to get to know people a little bit. Or, no, the moral of the story is have sex with them and then try not to get to know them because usually they're going to be a frickin' asshole to you. Okay. That's 12 minutes of footage right now. I might record some more. I'm going to actually rewatch this because I want to edit this to a video. Just so people can see some of this confession of what's going on and what's fresh in my head. Before I go, there's another thing that happened. There was some drama on our chat, and this is, towards the end. I asked him if I could just send the video. I think maybe I did use the word post. Post the video to, a chat or so of my friends, of us hooking up. Fusker already posted the video in his fursuit chat. I wanted to see if I could post the video in my fursuit chat. And of course, someone, not gonna name names, but messages me on Telegram and says, hey, I saw a video of you and Jesse. And I'm like, what? So, I don't even know, I'm not gonna, Fusker probably spread that image, because I don't, genuinely, I don't think he's that kind of person. Doesn't seem like that kind of person, but it all matters, who you send it to. And it just bothers me so much, because we had so much in this chat that I kind of wanted to, see and analyze, and, of course, the second I told him, dude, you're being really shady, man, deletes everything, cleared the chat, was it gives me, and then he gives me this, 2-paragraph page of, a formal cease and desist letter, due to this, your contract is broken or violating or whatever, I am going to have to ask you to remove the picture. I never even posted anything, dude. So, it just comes down to it, all this drama coming from, one guy that I was so infatuated by his fursuit, and he, again, gets infatuated with me, and then it just rails out of control. False promises, false texting, a week after the con, and then nothing. I'm starting to see the pattern in very well-made fursuiters that are high in staff or not high in staff, just high in whatever their uniqueness, nerve, and talent, charisma is. So that shit feels fucked. I'm obviously not gonna post this video, but I want to have this for me, just in case I have to talk to this guy and really give my points out, because I think for once I need to fucking start video diarying myself and really start giving some stories that have been happening, that just for my own sanity and therapy. Because sometimes I feel like, yes, I can be explosive. I can lose my temper. I can be totally somebody that I don't mean to be. But I know how to be a sweetheart as well. And I think I do have a good judgment of what is right and what is wrong. And I feel like what this guy did to me, or kind of just probably does to other people, felt really shady in my head. Alright, we're going to take a break here.